Hello everyone, welcome to our Dhronas online platform. So today we are going to discuss some NTPC special science questions. The set is going to be a very basic questions from science. Let's start. Okay, here is our first question. Which system of units is primarily used in United States? Option 1, SI system, B, FPS system, C, CGS system, D, MKS system. Now the modern unit system is which one? So the modern unit system is System International. Okay. System International system. This is primarily used in everywhere. System International. Now in this SI system, for more information, how many basic units are here? So 7 fundamental units are here in SI system, along with 2 supplementary units. Along with 2 supplementary units. That means total units कितना हुआ SI system में? Total is 9. ठीक है? So 9 units are present in System International or in SI system. The previous systems जो है FPS, CGS and MKS, these 3 systems have 3 base units. What are they? Length, mass and time. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. What is the SI unit for measuring mass? Option gram, kilogram, pound, ounce. So mass measurement के लिए SI system में कौन सा unit use होता है? So mass measurement के लिए SI system में unit है kilogram, kg. Now ग्राम किस में यूज होता है? ग्राम यूज होता है CGS सिस्टम में. पाउंड यूज होता है आपका FPS system. Now 1 pound is equals to 450 gram approx. 1 ounce is equals to 28 gram approx. So these are some static GK questions. Now moving on to the next question. What does a hygrometer measure? What does a hygrometer measure? Your options are heat, humidity, force, radiation. Now hygrometer measures humidity. Hygrometer measures humidity. Now what is humidity? Amount of moisture in air. Now this humidity can be of 2 types. One is absolute humidity, another one is relative humidity. In our weather forecast report, what we have seen, the news is दिखाते हैं ना, जैसे कि इतना परसेंटेज आपका ह्यूमिडिटी है अभी 98%, 92%. What the percentage is in case of our weather report? That is actually presented as relative humidity. Okay. Ratio between the maximum amount of moisture in the air as well with the actual amount of moisture in the air. So that represented as a percentage. So hygrometer we use to measure humidity. Now moving on to the next question. Question number 4. The unit of electric current in SI system. SI system में electric current का unit क्या है? What is the unit of electric current in the SI system? Hi Vipasha. Yes, the unit of electric current in SI system is ampere. Correct. Now, watt किसका unit है? Whose unit is watt? Can you answer? Whose unit is watt? What is the unit of power? This means work done. Correct. Work done per unit time. What is the unit of power? This means work done per unit time. Now, ohm किसका unit है? Whose unit is ohm? Now, ohm is an unit of resistance. ठीक है? Ohm is the unit of resistance. Moving on to the next question. What is the derived unit for measuring force? Question number 5. What is the derived unit for measuring force? Newton, correct. Newton is the SI unit of force. Now 1 Newton is equals to 1 kg meter per second square. 1 Newton is equals to 1 kg meter per second square. Now यहाँ पे हम लोग देख पा रहे हैं यूनिट आपके क्या दिया है, डिराइव्ड यूनिट. तो यूनिट आपके दो तरीके का होता है. सो वन इज बेसिक और फंडामेंटल यूनिट, another one is derived unit. ठीक है. So unit can be of two types. One is basic, another one is derived. Now joule किसका unit है? Joule is an unit of no, पावर का यूनिट है watt. ठीक है. What is power? Joule is a unit of work or energy. ठीक है. Joule is an unit of work or energy. Then this is SI unit. Work or energy का SI unit है joule. ठीक. Now moving into the next question. अच्छा, यहाँ पे CGS यूनिट क्या है? कभी कभी क्वेश्चन आता है. CGS यूनिट ऑफ वर्क और एनर्जी. CGS that is arc. Okay. So 1 joule is equals to 10 to the power 7 arc. This is important for your static GK. 1 joule is equals to 10⁻7 अर्थ। एनर्जी का प्रैक्टिकल यूनिट क्या है? एनर्जी का प्रैक्टिकल यूनिट है कैलोरी। प्रैक्टिकल यूनिट ऑफ एनर्जी इज कैलोरी। ठीक है, 1 कैलोरी इज इक्वल्स टू 4.2 जूल। 1 calorie is equals to 4.2 joule. Okay. So these are the additional information that will be needed or necessary or important for your upcoming exams. Okay. So next question, question number 6. The unit for measuring speed is derived from which base unit? The unit for measuring speed is derived from which base unit? स्पीड मेजरमेंट के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ स्पीड? बी, करेक्ट। लेंथ एंड टाइम। स्पीड का फॉर्मूला है डिस्टेंस बाय टाइम। यूनिट ऑफ स्पीड इन एसआई मीटर पर सेकेंड। Now moving on to the next question, question number 7. What is the measure of how fast something is moving? What is the measure of how fast something is moving? How fast something is moving, that means कितना जल्दी वो अपना प्लेस चेंज कर रहा है, वही है how fast something is moving. B, velocity. No. How fast something is moving we know from speed only. ठीक है, स्पीड से पता चलता है कि कितना फास्ट मूव कर रहा है। दैट मीन्स टाइम के साथ साथ आपका डिस्टेंस कवरिंग कितना हो रहा है। आप जितना ज्यादा कम, मतलब जितना कम टाइम में जितना ज्यादा डिस्टेंस कवर करोगे, दैट विल बी योर इंडिकेशन ऑफ स्पीड। आप कितना जल्दी जा रहे हो या फिर कितना स्लो जा रहे हो, दैट मीन्स द आंसर इज स्पीड। हाउ फास्ट समथिंग इज मूविंग इज स्पीड। ओके, नाउ वेलोसिटी क्या है? वेलोसिटी मीन्स displacement by time. That means change in position with time. Now what is acceleration? Acceleration means change in velocity by time. Acceleration means change in velocity by time. Now what is momentum? Mass into velocity. Momentum means mass into velocity. These are the basic terms that is associated with in your chapter motion and Newton's law of motion. These are the very important chapter for your upcoming exams. Okay? Now moving on to the next question, question number 8. Which type of motion involves an object moving along a straight line? Straight line motion is known as, your options are linear motion, circular motion, periodic motion, random motion. Correct. Linear motion. Straight line motion is known as linear motion or rectilinear motion. Now circular motion can be of two types. One can be rotational, another can be revolution. Now periodic motions are known as oscillatory motion. Periodic motion are known as oscillatory motion. जैसे कि simple harmonic motion या फिर motion of a pendulum. These are periodic motion. Now moving on to the next question, question number 9. What force keeps an object moving along a circular path? What force keeps an object moving along a circular path? Options are gravitational force, centripetal force, frictional force, and inertial force. B, correct. Centripetal force. The force in a circular path, दो तरीके का force होता है. The force that is towards the center is known as centripetal force. और जो towards the outward रहता है, the force that is outward, that is centrifugal. The opposite force outward direction is known as centrifugal. The force towards the center is centripetal. Question number 10. In uniform circular motion, what remains constant? कोई भी circular motion में constant क्या होता है? What is constant? Your options are speed, velocity, acceleration, and momentum. What remain constant? Momentum? No. In case of circular motion, see, if an object is in circular motion, suppose एक object आपकी circular motion में, ठीक? Now, in circular motion, always do remember, changing element is here is direction. Continuously circular motion में आपका क्या change होता रहता है? Direction. Continuously change. Continuously change. The direction of the motion continuously change. So direction अगर change होगा, we know this velocity, acceleration, and momentum. These all three are vector quantity. All three are vector quantity. That means इसमें आपका magnitude भी है और direction भी है. So अगर आपका direction continuously change हो रहा है, that means these three cannot be constant. मतलब वेक्टर क्वांटिटी में आपका क्या रहता है? वेक्टर क्वांटिटी में आपका मैग्नीट्यूड रहता है और उसके साथ साथ आपके डायरेक्शन भी रहता है. तो कोई भी चीज कांस्टेंट होने के लिए आपका क्या चाहिए? पूरा का पूरा उसमें कुछ भी चेंजेस नहीं होना चाहिए. There should be no change in any of the parameter. ना तो मैग्नीट्यूड ना तो डायरेक्शन. So if both of them are constant, then the quantity can be constant. So आपके direction यहाँ पे continuously change होता है in case of circular motion. So that means these vector quantities cannot be constant because उनका एक parameter continuously change हो रहा है. So बचा for speed. So speed can be constant in case of circular motion as well as in linear motion. In case of straight line motion में अगर कोई object आपके straight motion में है, तो वहां पे अगर आपका speed constant है, then your velocity can also be constant. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपका क्या हो रहा है? Direction fixed है. Direction is also constant. That means magnitude और direction जो दो parameter velocity में है, both of them are constant in case of straight line motion. So in this case, if speed is constant, then the velocity will be constant. Or in case of straight line motion, there will be no acceleration. अगर दोनों के दोनों constant हो गए, तो आपके कोई भी acceleration नहीं होंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि acceleration का definition है change in velocity by time. तो अगर velocity में कोई change नहीं है, as simple as that. So no acceleration in this scenario. In a straight line motion where the speed is constant, where the velocity is constant, there is no acceleration. ठीक है? This is the basic conceptual difference between circular motion and the linear or straight line. Okay? Now, moving on to the next question, question number 11. What type of motion is repetitive and follows a regular pattern? What type of motion is repetitive and follows a regular pattern? Options are circular motion, uniform motion, periodic motion, and random motion. You're telling me circular motion? Okay. Circular motion can be repetitive and regular pattern हो सकता है, but ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि आप एक सर्कल में एक ही बार, मतलब आप किसी सर्कुलर पाथ में वॉक कर रहे हो तो आप सिर्फ एक बार चक्कर करके आ गए, फिर आप उसमें रिपीट नहीं की, देन इट कैन नॉट बी रिपीटेटिव। या फिर आपने यहाँ से स्टार्ट किया फिर आप यहाँ पे जाके रुके, है ना। तो यहाँ पे आपके कंडीशंस क्या है, रिपीटेटिव होना चाहिए, दैट मीन्स इन योर सेम पाथ यू आर गोइंग एंड कमिंग, आप बार बार जा रहे हो बार बार आप, रिपीटेटिंग इन द सेम पाथ एंड इन अ रेगुलर पैटर्न, आपका टाइम पीरियड भी फिक्स है, आप इन अ फिक्स पीरियड ऑफ टाइम in a same path you are just repeating the motion, so that type of motion is known as oscillatory motion or periodic motion, ठीक है। This type of motion is known as oscillatory motion or periodic motion, जैसे कि motion of a pendulum or simple harmonic motion. These are periodic motion, ठीक है। So your answer is periodic motion, repetitive and regular pattern. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Speed is a quantity. What quantity speed? Speed is distance by time. Then is it vector? Is it scalar? Is it linear? Is it circular? So speed is scalar or vector? Speed का मतलब है correct scalar quantity. Speed is a scalar quantity because speed में हम लोग क्या लेते हैं, distance by time. So distance आपका scalar quantity है. So speed is also scalar quantity. Now moving into the next question. 14. What quantity provides information about both speed and direction? स्पीड के साथ साथ अगर आप डायरेक्शन भी मेंशन कर रहे हो तो फिर आप किस क्वांटिटी को एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हो, which quantity you are expressing if you are giving the information about speed with direction? Option: speed, velocity, acceleration, and momentum. So if you are considering speed with direction, then the quantity is velocity. ठीक है? If you are mentioning speed with direction, then the quantity you are actually mentioning here is velocity. Correct. Velocity को मतलब है displacement by time. That means change in your position with time. Velocity का SI यूनिट आपके speed की तरह ही है, मीटर पर सेकेंड. Acceleration is also vector quantity. Momentum is also vector quantity. ठीक है? So right answer is velocity. Next question, question number 4. The isotope used to remove blood clot. Which isotope is used to remove blood clot? Uranium 235, sodium 24, iodine 131, cobalt 60. ब्लड क्लॉट ट्रीट करने के लिए which isotope? These are all radioisotopes. Okay, radioisotopes are used in different types of medical segments. B, correct. Sodium 24. Sodium 24 is actually used to remove blood clot. Uranium 235 used as nuclear fuel. Iodine 131 used to treat thyroid cancer. Cobalt used to kill cancerous cell. Now, next question. 15. Which of the following does not represent atomic number of an atom? Atomic number of an atom does not बोला है. Now, what is the meaning of atomic number? Atomic number का meaning क्या है? Now, atomic number means number of protons. Atomic number means number of protons. We all know atoms are neutral क्योंकि number of protons is equals to number of electrons. प्लस चार्ज और माइनस चार्ज आपके सेम हो जाते, इक्वल हो जाते. That's why the atoms are neutral, number of protons and number of electrons. So atomic number से आपको पता चल रहा है number of protons. That means you also know number of electrons. Can also know number of electrons from atomic number. But आपको क्या पता नहीं चलेगा? Obviously, number of neutrons in the nucleus of an atom. Atomic number say you cannot get the information about the number of neutrons in the nucleus of an atom. Okay. So moving on to the next question. Question number 16. Which of the following was the first fundamental particle to be discovered? Which of the following is first fundamental particle to be discovered? Options are electron, muon, neutron, neutrino. Fundamental particle means atoms में आपके fundamental particles क्या क्या है? Electron है, proton है, and neutron. Electron, proton, and neutron. Now, the first fundamental particle present in atom जो डिस्कवर हुआ था वो है आपका इलेक्ट्रॉन. The first fundamental particle is discovered is electron. Who discovered electron? Who discovered electron? J. Thomson by cathode ray experiment. J. Thomson by cathode ray experiment. Electron was discovered by him. He also gave an atomic model known as plum pudding model. The first atomic model was given by him, plum pudding model. Okay. Next is 17. Elements are arranged in modern periodic table in order of. Elements are arranged in modern periodic table in order of. Modern periodic table में elements को कैसे arrange किया गया है? Your options are decreasing atomic number, decreasing atomic mass, increasing atomic number, and increasing atomic mass. So, which option is correct in case of modern periodic table? Do try to answer the question, then I will discuss. What is the principle behind modern periodic table? So this is a question from the chapter of periodic table. So in case of modern periodic table, the elements are arranged by according to their atomic number. Okay. So it is in increasing atomic number. Now, उससे पहले हम लोग डिस्कस किए थे कि एटॉमिक नंबर का मतलब क्या है? एटॉमिक नंबर का मतलब है नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स. उसी से हम लोग को पता चलता है नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. एंड इफ वी मे नो द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, वी आल्सो गेट नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन configuration. Electron configuration. That means the arrangement of electrons in the shells. So ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन के अरेंजमेंट्स है, उसी से हम लोगों को एलिमेंट्स के केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज के बारे में भी पता चलता है. ऑल द केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज एक्चुअली डिपेंड्स ऑन द एटॉमिक नंबर ऑफ एन एलिमेंट. सो एटॉमिक नंबर determines the chemical property of element. This was given by, this principle or this statement was given by Henry Moseley. Okay? He gave this statement that atomic number actually is determining factor of chemical properties of elements. Okay. So the modern periodic table is based on increasing atomic number. इससे पहले जो periodic tables हुआ था, जैसे कि Dobereiner's triad, Newland's octave, and also Mendeleev's periodic table, those were based on increasing atomic mass. ठीक है. पुराने जो एटॉमिक पीरियोडिक टेबल थे, those were based on increasing atomic mass. Next question, question number 18. The molecular formula of potassium nitrate. The molecular formula of potassium nitrate is your options KNO3, KNO, KNO2, KON. Potassium nitrate is also commonly known as saltpeter and used as thickening agent in soap. करेक्ट KNO3 पोटेशियम नाइट्रेट का फॉर्मूला है KNO3. It is also known as saltpeter and used as thickening agent in soap industry. केमिस्ट्री में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, एक बहुत ही कॉमन पैटर्न है कि आप जो कॉमन केमिकल फॉर्मूला है, कॉमन केमिकल कंपाउंड्स है विच वी यूज इन आवर डेली लाइफ, वो आप अच्छे से पढ़ो, उसका फॉर्मूला, उनके यूज, एंड इफ दे हैव एनी कॉमन नेम, इंडस्ट्रियल नेम, डू रिमेम्बर दैट नेम. ठीक है, वो पैटर्न के क्वेश्चन बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन आते हैं ठीक केमिस्ट्री से. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 19. Which of the following represents a correct chemical formula? Now किसी भी केमिकल फॉर्मूला को करेक्ट या इनकरेक्ट है ये पहचानने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द वैलेंसी ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स. ऑप्शन सी NaSO4, नो, नॉट NaSO4. This should be actually Na2SO4. Any other guess, Vipaka? Correct. B. Bisphosphate. This one is correct. Bisphosphate. This formula should be CaCl2. This should be Na2S. Only this one is the correct one. Now next question, question number 20. The law of octaves was given by. Law of octave was given by. Option A, Mendeleev. Option B, John Newland. Option C, Dobereiner. And option D, Bohr. Law of octaves was given by. Now Dobereiner's periodic table is known as triad. Dobereiner's periodic table known as triad. Niels Bohr made the modern long form periodic table. Now law of octaves means this one was given by John Newland. उनका फॉर्मूला था लॉ ऑफ ऑक्टेव्स. फर्स्ट एलिमेंट जो होगा that उनके प्रॉपर्टी, फर्स्ट एलिमेंट रिजनेबल प्रॉपर्टीज will be resembling with the 8th एलिमेंट. फर्स्ट और 8th एलिमेंट के प्रॉपर्टीज में रिजेम्बलेंस होगी. ठीक है, so that is known as law of octaves, which was given by John Newland. Mendeleev's periodic table, you know, the old model. These three periodic table, Mendeleev, John Newland and Dobereiner's, all of their periodic table was based on increasing atomic mass. Increasing atomic mass. Moving on to the next question, question number 21. The law that the properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers was given by. The law that the properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers was given by. थोड़ी देर पहले हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि एलिमेंट्स के जो भी केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज है दैट इज एक्चुअली बेस्ड ऑन देयर एटॉमिक नंबर, जो कि मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल बनाने के लिए यूज हुआ है. सो दिस लॉ वाज गिवन बाय whom? This law is given by whom? Can you guess? Your options are Henry Moseley, Linus Pauling, Heisenberg, and Mendeleev. Answer can be Henry Moseley. The right answer is Henry Moseley. He gave this law that the properties of an element depends on the atomic number of the element. Okay. Next, question number 22. Which of the following elements are or is new in the periodic table? Which of the following elements are or is new in the periodic table? Neodymium, moscovium, tennessine, and organesson. Any guess? The atomic numbers are given in the bracket 113, 115, 117, and 118. So both A and B, all four of them are new in the periodic table. This organesson, the atomic number of organesson is also known as magic number because it actually completes the periodic table. Okay. This is also known as magic number. Organesson was discovered around 2020. 2021 discovered one. Next, 23. Which element has the atomic number 8? Now, atomic number आपको 1 से 20 तक, that means from hydrogen to calcium, you need to memorize. ठीक है? From hydrogen to calcium, that means atomic number 1 से लेके atomic number 20 तक जितना elements है, you need to memorize them at least. ठीक है? Because ये atomic number के ऊपर बेस करके आपके बहुत questions आते हैं. Correct? Atomic number oxygen का है 8. Helium का कितना है? What is the atomic number of helium? 2. Correct. Helium का atomic number है 2. What is the helium atomic number of nitrogen? No. 11 is the atomic number of sodium. Correct. 7. Nitrogen is 7. What is the atomic number of lithium? No. 3. Correct. हीलियम के बाद ही आपका लिथियम आता है। हाइड्रोजन का एटॉमिक नंबर है 1, हीलियम का एटॉमिक नंबर है 2 एंड लिथियम का एटॉमिक नंबर है 3, Li3। ठीक है। 18 एटॉमिक नंबर है आर्गन का। 18 इज एटॉमिक नंबर ऑफ आर्गन, नोबल गैस। ठीक है। ओके, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। 24, magnesium has an atomic number of . options are 16, 24, 12, 10. 12, correct. Magnesium has an atomic number is 12, Mg12. No, 10 is the atomic number of neon. 10 is atomic number of neon, a noble gas. 16 atomic number किसका है? Atomic number 16 किसका है? Sixteen atomic number is sulfur. Atomic number 16 is sulfur. 24 is for chromium. Yes, sulfur. 24 is for chromium here. ठीक है। So up to 20, मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले भी वही बोल रही थी कि already I have said 1 to 20 तक आपको definitely, मतलब ये necessity आपको याद रखना ही पड़ेगा। 1 to 20 from hydrogen to calcium। ठीक। Next is 25, lime water is. Which one? Which of the following is the lime water formula? Lime water means calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, calcium chloride. Which of the following is the chemical formula of lime water? Lime water is also known as flaked lime. B, correct. Lime water is also known as flaked lime. Calcium hydroxide. This calcium oxide is known as quick lime. Calcium oxide is known as quick lime. Calcium carbonate present in marble, chalk, limestone, इसमें आपका कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट रहता है, CaCO3। ठीक है। Calcium oxide is known as quicklime. Calcium hydroxide is known as flaked lime or lime water. Now, another information you need to read, this lime water is used to identify CO2 gas. Lime water test, which is known as lime water test. So, lime water is used to identify CO2 gas, carbon dioxide. Next, 26. Which of the following does not form an acidic salt? The acidic salt वही बना सकता है, that the acid that can make acidic salt which is strong. Only strong acid can form acidic salt Milk base. Option A, phosphoric acid. No, not phosphoric acid. Another guess? B, correct. Carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is a mineral acid. All these four are mineral acid. सारे के सारे ये mineral acid है. But carbonic acid is the weak mineral acid. ये exception है. Carbonic acid is weak mineral acid. That's why it cannot form acidic salt. Carbonic acid का formula H2CO3. Phosphoric acid H3CO4. Hydrochloric acid HCl. Sulfuric acid HSO4. Now what is the common name of HCl? Muriatic acid. सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का कॉमन नेम क्या है? ऑयल ऑफ विट्रियल और किंग ऑफ केमिकल्स. ठीक है, ऑयल ऑफ विट्रियल और किंग ऑफ केमिकल्स. सल्फ्यूरिक. नाउ फॉस्फोरिक एसिड इज यूज्ड इन सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक्स. द शार्प टेस्ट इन कोका कोला, थम्स अप, उसमें जो एक शार्प टेस्ट आता है, दैट इज ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ phosphoric acid. All these informations are important for your science GK. Now next is 27. Here comes the biology questions. What is GERL system? Is related to cell. What is GERL system? Can you guess? B, correct. Golgi apparatus. G for Golgi apparatus. ER for endoplasmic reticulum and lysosomes. Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum and lysosomes. Now Golgi apparatus are responsible for transportation of protein and lipid. Endoplasmic reticulum are responsible for processing of protein and lipids and synthesis of steroid hormones and all other functions we have. Lysosomes are important for waste material processing. Also, it is known as suicidal bags or atom bombs of cell. Now, moving on to the next question. In eubacteria means a bacteria. सोच सकते हो. You can consider it as a bacteria, a cellular component which resembles a eukaryotic cell. मतलब यूबैक्टीरिया आपका क्या है? यूबैक्टीरिया इज प्रोकैरियोट एंड ऑप्शन इज नो. यूबैक्टीरिया इज प्रोकैरियोट. यूकैरियोटिक सेल के साथ which one is resemble? राइबोसोम्स आपके रहते हैं but the variants are different. In case of prokaryote, ribosome रहता है 70S. In case of eukaryote, ribosome is 80S. So और क्या हो सकता है जो कि सेम स्ट्रक्चर है? Can you guess? Plasma membrane means cell membrane. Plasma membrane is another name of cell membrane. तो प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल और यूकैरियोटिक सेल में कॉमन है आपका सेल मेम्ब्रेन. In case of prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, the cell membrane structure is common. It is made up of phospholipids and protein. It is made up of phospholipids and protein. ठीक है. न्यूक्लियस प्रोकैरियोट्स में एब्सेंट है. न्यूक्लियस सिर्फ यूकैरियोट्स में रहता है. सेल वॉल प्रोकैरियोट और यूकैरियोट दोनों में हो सकता है. जैसे कि यूकैरियोट्स मींस प्लांट्स में हो सकता है, फंजाई में हो सकता है, बट बैक्टीरिया में होता है. नॉट ऑल. बैक्टीरिया may have cell wall. ठीक है. सो इसीलिए these are eukaryotes and this is prokaryote. तो सेल वॉल आपके रह सकता है बट सारे बैक्टीरिया में नहीं होता है. तो इसीलिए हम लोग इसको कंसिडर नहीं कर सकते. Cell membrane is the more prominent answer for this. Next question is question number 29. The condensation of chromosome is observed in. The condensation of chromosomes is observed in. ये cell division से question है. This question is related to cell division chapter. So chromosome condensation कौन से स्टेज में होता है? प्रोफेज 1, मेटाफेज, एनाफेज 1, मेटाफेज 1, none of the above. Vipasha, Saurav, you can guess the answer. So condensation of chromosomes occurs in the first stage of cell division, that is prophase 1. इनके प्रोफेज 1, मेटाफेज 1, एनाफेज 1 इसका मतलब है ये मियोसिस 1 के स्टेज को रेफर कर रहा है. बट इन केस ऑफ माइटोसिस इट इज सिंपली प्रोफेज. सो इन ड्यूरिंग दिस प्रोफेज द क्रोमोसोम्स गेट कंडेंस्ड. ठीक है. द कंडेंसेशन ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स observed in prophase 1, the first stage of cell division. Okay. In metaphase, the chromosomes align themselves at the center of the cell plate, and in the anaphase, the chromosomes, sister chromatids, are separated from each other and move towards the opposite pole of the cell. So these are the stages of cell division. Question number 30. Plastids which store fats and oils are called. The plastid which store fats and oils are called. जो प्लास्टिड आपके फूड स्टोरेज के लिए यूज होते हैं, they are known as leucoplasts. These are also known as colorless plastid. They do not have any coloring pigment, so that's why they are known as colorless plastid, and they have a function to store food. ठीक है. Now, depending on the type of the food they are storing, they can be of 3 types. एक हो सकता है starch storing, that means carbohydrate storing. दूसरा हो सकता है protein store, and the third one can be fat and oil store. ठीक है. So, in your options are aleuroplast, amyloplast, etioplast, and elioplast. So, the answer is elioplast. Elioplast is responsible for the storage of fat and oil. Aleuroplast is responsible for the storage of protein. Amyloplast is responsible for the storage of carbohydrate, mainly starch. So these 3 are the variants of leucoplasts. Okay. Next, question number 31. Nuclear DNA replicates in the dash phase. This is a question from cell cycle. Nuclear DNA replicates in the dash phase. Options are G2 phase, M phase, S phase, none of the above. So DNA synthesis कौन सी phase में होता है? Cell cycle consists of two phase. One is interphase, another one is M phase. This M phase is actually cell division phase. ठीक है? M phase का मतलब है either mitosis हो रहा है, either meiosis हो रहा है. ठीक? That means cell division हो रहा है. Now interphase consists of three stages: growth phase 1, G1, then S phase, that means synthesis phase, and the last one is G2 phase. इन तीनों को लेके interphase होता है. ठीक? Now, during this growth phase 1, S and G2 phase, the cell actually prepares itself for the cell division process. That means M phase के लिए preparation होता है. ठीक है? Now, DNA replicates कहाँ पे होता है? Interphase में होता है. Now, interphase में कौन से stage में होता है? S phase में होता है. Synthesis phase. This synthesis phase is responsible for DNA synthesis or DNA replication. डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन मीन्स जो आपके पास एग्जिस्टिंग डीएनए है उसी से एक नया डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल को सिंथेसाइज कर, दैट इज नोन एज डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 32. व्हिच इज नॉट डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रोकैरियोटिक एंड यूकैरियोटिक सेल? व्हिच वन इज नॉट डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रोकैरियोटिक एंड यूकैरियोटिक सेल? प्रोकैरियोट और यूकैरियोट का मेजर डिफरेंस है न्यूक्लियस का प्रेजेंट. यूकैरियोट में न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट होते हैं, प्रोकैरियोट में न्यूक्लियस एब्सेंट होते हैं. बट यहाँ पे आपको पूछा है नॉट अ डिफरेंस. पहले हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि कुछ ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर है जो प्रोकैरियोट में भी प्रेजेंट रहता है, यूकैरियोट में भी प्रेजेंट होता है, जैसे कि सेल मेम्ब्रेन. सेल मेम्ब्रेन से हम लोग डिफरेंशिएट नहीं कर पाएंगे कि which one is prokaryote and which one is eukaryote. Another structure is there, that is cell wall. It is also present in prokaryote and eukaryote because cell wall is present in plants, fungi, that means these are eukaryotes, along with some bacteria. Bacteria में cell wall होते हैं. So this also, cell wall cannot be the factor through which we can differentiate prokaryote and eukaryote. So presence of cell wall is not a difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. बाकी जो है membrane bound organelle, chromosome, nuclear membrane, so these are the properties of eukaryotes. On to the next question, question number 33. The nucleus was first described by options Swan, Fleming, Pallard, and Robert Brown. तो न्यूक्लियस किसने डिस्कवर किया? डिस्कवर्ड न्यूक्लियस और who first described nucleus? Nucleus is also known as the largest cell organelle, brain of cell. Nucleus is known as brain of the cell, largest cell organelle. Any guess? न्यूक्लियस किसने डिस्कवर किया? So nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. Robert Brown discovered nucleus. Robert Hooke discovered cell. Next question 34. The stage which serves as a connecting link between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Cell division topic. meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 के बीच कौन सा स्टेज होता है? Which stage actually connects the meiosis 1 and meiosis 2? Interphases are the stages of cell cycle, but it is not the connecting link between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay? Meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 is connected by interkinases. Meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 is connected by interkinases. Another important point to remember from here, interkinases, no DNA replication takes place. No DNA replication takes place during interkinases. Moving on to the next question, 35. Mitochondria and chloroplast are considered to be endosymbionts of cell because they. This is a question from evolution. प्रोकैरियोट से यूकैरियोट होने के लिए प्रोकैरियोट सबसे पहले आया था अर्थ में, then during evolution eukaryotes come in the earth. So during this evolution, two organelles, mitochondria and chloroplasts, play an important role during this evolution, prokaryote to eukaryote. Okay. Now this mitochondria and chloroplasts have very unique properties. One of them is they have their own DNA. Mitochondria and chloroplasts, both of them have their own DNA and own 70S ribosome. Because of this, they are known as self-replicating or autonomous. So from the options, you already knew the answer. Possess their own nucleic acid. Due to this properties, they have important evolutionary significance from prokaryote to eukaryote. They have their own DNA and they have their own 70S ribosome. So they can perform autonomously. That's why they are also known as self-replicating. 36. The longest stage in cell cycle. थोड़ी देर पहले सेल साइकिल डिस्कस की थी कि उसमें दो फेज होता है, वन इज इंटरफेज, अनदर वन इज एम फेज. नाउ लॉन्गेस्ट स्टेज इंटरफेज में आपका तीन स्टेजेस है, G1, S एंड G2. सो दिस इंटरफेज इज द लॉन्गेस्ट स्टेज इन सेल साइकिल. इंटरफेज इज द लॉन्गेस्ट स्टेज इन सेल साइकिल. Next question 37. The eukaryotic ribosomes are of. Prokaryotic ribosomes कौन होते हैं? (70S). Prokaryotic ribosomes are 70S. Eukaryotic ribosomes are 80S. So your answer is 80S. The subunits of 70S. 70S को divide करेंगे तो दो subunits आएगा. One is large, another one is small. One is 50S, another one is 30S. Case of 80S divided into two, 60S and 40S. Subunits से भी question आता है. Now next question, the experiment that simulated conditions thought to be present on early Earth. मतलब कौन से एक्सपेरिमेंट में अर्ली अर्थ में जैसा एनवायरनमेंट था वैसे ही कंडीशंस को मिमिक किया गया है. सेम कंडीशन, तैयार किया गया है. Which experiment? Hershey-Chase experiment, Giga-Marsden experiment, Miller-Urey experiment, and Shellian experiment. So these experiments actually prove the Oparin and Haldane theory of evolution. Oparin and Haldane theory, how the life originates in Earth. Miller-Urey experiment. Miller-Urey experiment proved the theory of Oparin and Haldane theory of life originate in Earth. How the life evolved in Earth. 39. Which ion holds the ribosomal subunit? थोड़ी देर पहले सब यूनिट डिस्कस कर रहे थे, तो वो सब यूनिट्स को राइबोसोम में कौन सी आयन होल्ड करके रखते हैं? इज इट कैल्शियम, इज इट मैंगनीज, इज इट मैग्नीशियम और इज इट सोडियम? सो राइबोसोम इज membrane-less organelle. It is also known as protein factory. Membrane-less organelle and protein factory. Ribosomal subunits are attached with the help of magnesium ion, Mg2+. So did you get my answer? So ribosomal subunits are ये जो 70s 60s थोड़ी देर पहले डिस्कस कर रही थी, 70s में आपका 50s 30s रहता है. So they are attached. अटैचमेंट के लिए जो आयन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है वो है आपका मैग्नीशियम आयंस. ठीक है, Mg2+. 40. Question number 40. Dash was considered as a missing link between reptiles and birds. Question from evolution. Missing link between reptiles and birds. The answer is Archaeopteryx. The Archaeopteryx have a characteristic features of both reptile and birds. They have beak, but also with teeth. They have a scaly tail. They have a wing for flight. So that's why they have a mixed characteristics, physiological characteristics of reptile and birds. That's why they are considered as missing link between reptile and bird. Okay, so Archaeopteryx. So this is it for today. 40 questions I have discussed from science syllabus, physics, chemistry and bio. I hope you like the video. Thank you all. All the best for your exam.